I am so excited to finally get my hands on the Cricut Joy Xtra. In today's video, we're going to be unboxing and reviewing the Cricut Joy Xtra. Did the Cricut Joy get a little bit bigger and a whole bunch more fun? Let's find out. Before we unbox our machine, let me go ahead and talk about some of the supplies that you may want to pick up when you first purchase your machine. One of the very first things that I highly recommend that you purchase right away when you get your machine is a mat. With these newer machines, the mat is not included because you can actually cut matless using their Cricut Smart materials. So I would definitely snag, for example, this light grip one right here. As you can see with the Cricut Joy Xtra, these mats are a whole lot bigger than what you're going to get with your Cricut Joy. And then they're smaller than what you would get for your Cricut Explorer, Cricut Maker machines. So I'd grab one of these right away. And if you plan on making cards at all, you may want to go ahead and purchase their card mat as well. Speaking of cards, you may want to go ahead and pick up some of these really fun card inserts. They're going to include your cards, your inserts, as well as your envelopes. There is so many to choose from. Another item I highly recommend you grab, especially for you card makers or anybody that plans on making labels, is some pens. Now they come in different sizes. You can get different colors, metallics, glitters, but I will say if you've owned the Cricut Joy prior and you have the Cricut Joy pens, you can use those in the Cricut Joy Xtra. Now if you have pens for the Cricut Explorer, the Cricut Maker, those will not fit in this machine, but anything, for example, the foil pen for the Cricut Joy is the exact same foil pen for the Cricut Joy Xtra, same as the blade. That same blade that fits in the Cricut Joy is also going to fit in that Cricut Joy Xtra. If you did not purchase the Cricut Joy prior and you don't have any Cricut Joy pens, then I would highly recommend that you grab some of these to have on hand. The next thing that I recommend that you purchase right away with your machine is some of Cricut's Smart materials. If it says Smart on it, you're going to be able to load this in your machine with no mat. One of those Smart materials is this Smart label. It is writable vinyl. It is amazing. So basically it's vinyl, but you can write on it. So this is going to be a perfect item to use our pens on. So you can label your spices. You could organize your kitchen or maybe your craft room. If you're a teacher, it would also be a perfect way to make name tags for desks, etc. Lots of different things that you can do with this one. But once again, if it says Smart on it, you're going to be able to load it in your machine without a mat. So if you want to put your machine to full potential and you want to be able to play with those items without using a mat, highly recommend you check out anything that says Smart. A few more examples of those Smart materials is going to be Smart Vinyl and Smart Iron-On. The ones that I always highly recommend that you grab right away when you first getting involved with your machine, trying it out, trying to figure out what you like best, is going to be the sample packs because they have multiple colors in them. So for example, right here, you can see that this one includes black, white, and red. They usually show it right here on the front. And the same whenever it comes to iron-on. You can see that those are right here. So you have black, white, and red. Once again, this is a great way, instead of having to go buy a whole roll of black, a whole roll of white and red, that's going to cost you more than just grabbing a sample pack to play around with it to see if you like to use the material without a mat or what you even think about it. Now, whenever it comes to iron-on, for example, you're going to have holographic, you're going to have glitter, you're going to have so many different things to choose from whenever it comes to iron-on. When it's vinyl, you're going to have your writable vinyl, you're going to have permanent as well as removable. So once again, anything that says Smart on it, you're going to be able to load right inside of your machine without using a mat. Now let's talk about some of those really fun materials that Cricut recently released with this Cricut Joy Xtra. With the Cricut Joy Xtra, you can now do print and cut. You could not do print and cut with the Cricut Joy. But with the Cricut Joy Xtra, you can do those print and cut projects like making stickers. And for example, one of those is Printable Iron-On. So Cricut recently released Printable Iron-On that you can print with your inkjet printer. Yes, I said that correctly. You're simply going to print these out, do the print and cut, use your inkjet printer, and then you're going to apply these with your Cricut Easy Press or Home Iron. Now what's awesome is you do have one for light and dark. What does that mean? The light one is going to be for your lighter color garments and the dark one is going to be for for example, a black t-shirt. It's going to have a white pigment background that's going to allow it to pop off of those darker colors, a dark purple, a black, etc., where the light one is going to be almost transparent to go on top of that t-shirt. So it doesn't need that like opaque. So that way, if you have a little bit of an offset, it should blend in with your t-shirt, if you will. So like I said, one of those is going to be the printable iron-on. I'm so excited. So you may want to try that. If you're working with lighter, just grab the light. If you're working with darker garments, just grab the dark one. And if you want to grab both and have them on hand, definitely do that. Last but not least, the one I'm most excited about is the brand new sticker paper line from Cricut. They have went above and beyond this year when it comes to their sticker paper. So we have regular sticker paper. We're going to have waterproof sticker paper that you can get in a few different ways. For example, here I have one that's going to turn it into holographic stickers. I have one that's just going to give it that gloss finish. And then we also have printable vinyl. Now, what is printable vinyl good for? It is basically a sticker, but it's going to be a little bit more of an upgraded sticker where your sticker paper is going to be more paper. This one is vinyl, but it's printed on. It's perfect for anything that's going to get rained on. You want to put it on your cell phone or your laptop cover. There is so many different things that you can do with the printable vinyl. I consider that one a sticker, so that's why I have it right here in this field. So I'm so excited about those holographic stickers. Oh, it is so exciting. But like I said, there is so many different ones to choose from. So you may want to figure out and be like, okay, I want to try out the brand new waterproof ones. Those are going to be perfect for our water bottles. Once again, I want to make a car decal, something that's going to get wet. Maybe you're going to put it on your cooler that's going to be outside. Lots of different things once again, but I'm really, really excited. So maybe I just want to purchase the one for holographic and play around with that, or I want to get one of each and have those on hand. So these are some of those items. A few more things I would highly recommend is maybe grabbing yourself the paper trimmer set that comes with all of the tools. If you've never owned a Cricut before, this is your very first one. I would definitely maybe grab the little tool set here. They have one that's made for the Cricut Joy. It's also going to work with the Cricut Joy Extreme. Obviously, you can even purchase the ones that go for the Cricut Explorer. They're all the same. They don't go inside of the machine. So maybe get yourself some tools. Like I said, if this is your first machine. And here is a bonus optional item for all of my brand new Cricut people out there that is just now getting involved. You've never owned a die cutting machine before. You've never owned the Cricut Easy Press or a heat press. I would recommend grabbing the Cricut Easy Press Mini to get started on all of your iron-on projects. This is an affordable way to get started making those iron-on projects today and not having to break the bank. The other item I would grab along with this would be the Cricut Easy Press Pad. It's the 8x10. It is also super affordable. So these two items together is going to allow you to start making all of those small to big iron-on projects today. Now that we've went over all of our supplies, let's go ahead and dive into our unboxing. Opening up our lid here, the very first thing that we're going to come to is one of these envelopes. I always love these envelopes from Cricut. I talk about it all of the time. It just makes you feel so royal. It feels like a royal invitation. I love how they package all of this together. So what's going to be inside of this is going to be some materials to get started. So we're going to go ahead and open this up. The very first thing that we're going to come to, it looks like some instructions here. So we're going to have some really nice instructions. We've got some photos about our tool, how to load the mat, and all of that. So we have that. We have our Let's Get Started card here. It's going to tell you to go to Cricut.com/setup, your warranty, as well as all of our sample materials to get us started. It looks like they have included a sheet of Smart Label, 2 sheets of Smart Removable Vinyl, a piece of Smart Gold Iron-On, as well as a piece of transfer tape to go with our vinyl. I do love that Cricut includes sample materials. It's helpful getting started so you don't waste anything, because we all know when we're brand new starting out, we're all gonna make mistakes. We're all gonna make mistakes no matter what. But it is nice to already have those pieces, especially if you're waiting for your other materials to come in. Let's keep going. We're gonna remove this piece of cardboard. And as you can see, here is our Cricut Joy Xtra, all in white. Super gorgeous. I'll tell you guys right away, when it comes to Cricut, their stuff never feels cheap at all. It does not feel plasticky. This has weight to it. This, you can feel the metal in this. This definitely has some weight to it. I believe it weighs around 7 pounds, but you can feel this. Like, this is not real light and airy. It has the weight to it. It's going to last you for years and years and years to come. Very well built. I can feel that right away. They do have a plastic coating on it. They always do that to protect the machine. So we're going to pull that off in just a second, but let's continue to see what else is included. Pulling out this piece here, it looks like we have our power cable. So you're gonna have 2 pieces here. We're simply just going to connect it like so. The last few things you're going to find down in your box is going to be a Cricut Joy pen to get you started, as well as this little bitty guy right here. It looks like a guitar pick, but it has this little point, it has a cover on it like this. Now, I have seen in other videos or reviews that I have seen, I'm not too sure, but I'm pretty sure everybody said this is a little mini weeding tool. So I'm really excited about this because it's just perfect. So if that's the truth, this is awesome. I really truly believe that's what it is. If we compare it to a normal weeding tool, I mean, that's exactly what it is. So you get a little baby weeding tool here. It is awesome. Like I said, it's about the size of a guitar pick, and it's perfect for your hands just to weed those. So that is awesome. So I'm hoping this is something they're going to sell separate as well. So anybody that has like the Explorer or anything like that can purchase this separate, because this is actually really cool. I do like that to store. So you do get that with your Cricut Joy Xtra. At this point, I'm going to go ahead and speed this up. I'm just going to peel off the plastic and remove any sort of blue tape or packaging that may be in here. Now that we have completely unboxed, unwrapped our Cricut Joy Xtreme, we're going to go ahead and check it out now. So as you guys seen with that, it was super easy to unwrap. Just a piece of plastic, 2 pieces of tape with styrofoam on the back, then a little piece of styrofoam underneath that blade housing. One of the things that I highly recommend that you do right away when you first purchase your machines, you never know during shipping. Things can happen, bumpy, you never know. I always like to check out that blade. So you're simply just going to pop open that housing just like this. So it's just going to pop open. I'm going to grab my blade out. I'm going to look inside. So I'm just going to push it a few times. Look in there. Make sure my blade is actually in there. It's secure. And then I will drop this back down in there. Make sure it's nice and good. Close it. That's going to allow me to get started in my projects and make sure that there's not going to be any sort of hiccups. It's something that I just really like to do. One of the things I'm super excited about for this machine is that it's all white. I don't think that Cricut has ever made an all white machine. I'm really trying to think back. I do think way back in the day, they did have white machines, but it's been a very, very long time. I love it because you can make it your own. Number one, it's very minimalist, so you could fit in anybody's space. It doesn't matter what color theme you have going on, it's gonna fit in anybody's space. If I need to stick this in my kitchen, it's gonna stay on my kitchen counter, it's gonna go in my classroom, it's not gonna be out of place because it's hot pink or blue or anything like that. But the really cool thing about it is you could decorate it, make it your own. You could bling it out. You could put stickers on it. You could wrap it with vinyl. There's so many different fun things that you could do to spruce these up and make it your own. For example, if I wanted, I could cut out different colors of vinyl in like a leopard print and make this all leopard print. Or like I said, if you're fun and you love to put stickers all over everything, decorate this with a ton of stickers, you know, like with the donuts and all of the things. It would be so cute. You could personalize it with your name. The list goes on. You could definitely spruce it up or spruce it down. So I really do love the white. The way that these are is you're simply just going to pop it down. It's open. It's ready to go. You're going to notice with the Cricut Joy Xtreme, there's no buttons. So if you've never owned the Cricut Joy, you wouldn't know this, but if you did, it's the exact same way. So you don't have any buttons on your machine. Everything is going to be controlled through Cricut Design Space to hit go and all of that. To load it, once you stick your materials up underneath these feet, it's going to automatically pull it in. There's no buttons to push. Then you're just going to unload and hit that go button. All of those things, once again, from Cricut Design Space, whether you're using your desktop or you're using your iPhone. Now with the Cricut Joy, there is a Cricut Joy app that'll also work with this, as well as Cricut Design Space app. And then once again, using your laptop. So we've went over that. The way to tell that your machine is on, there is a little spot right here on the top that's going to light up, and I'll show you that here in a bit. Now it's time for the magic. Let's go ahead and set up our Cricut Joy. It's gonna bring you to this screen right here. So I'm going to go ahead and choose that it is a cutting machine. So you have the option cutting machine or a heat press. We're going to choose cutting machine. If you haven't already, it's going to go ahead and prompt you to download Cricut Design Space. So for example, I have already downloaded it. So I'm just going to go ahead and hit I agree to the Cricut terms, and then I'm going to hit open app. Now, if you have not downloaded it, then you would go ahead and hit download now. But once again, I've already done it, so I'm going to hit open app. So then it's going to ask me if that's okay. I'm going to hit allow. Now that we are officially inside of Cricut Design Space, once again, it's going to ask us smart cutting machine or heat press. I'm going to choose the smart cutting machine. From here, it's going to ask you what machine you're choosing. So whether you guys are connecting the Cricut Explorer 3 or the Maker or the Venture, whatever it is, you're going to come to the same screen. So you're going to follow those same steps. So for us today, we're going to be choosing the Cricut Joy Xtra. So we're going to click on it there. The next thing it's going to do is tell you if you are working with this up against a wall, make sure you leave yourself about 10 inches for your smart material as well as your mat to come in and out. So then you're going to hit that bar over. It's going to tell us to plug it in. So I've already plugged it in to the outlet. You should probably plug it in here first and then the outlet, but to make it easier for me, I've already got it there. So you're just simply going to take this end here and we are going to pop it right into the back, as you can see pictured right here. Now you guys can see that little light on top. You can see our Cricut is going and we are ready to go. So we've got our little light there once again that indicates this machine is on. So then we're going to hit that arrow over one more time, and then it's going to start to look for that Bluetooth. If yours does not automatically pop up right here, what you want to do is go to your computer, to your settings, and make sure that you have connected it through Bluetooth. So let me show you how. Once you come to your Bluetooth options, what you're going to want to search for is Joy Xtra. So you can see I've got my Explorer there, my Joy. You're looking for the Joy Xtra, and we're going to go ahead and hit connect. Now, as you can see right away over here on the right side, it found it. So now it's connecting. We're going to go ahead and hit continue. At this point, it's going to ask you if you want to add your Cricut Joy to your user ID. We're going to go ahead and say yes. We're going to hit I agree and hit activate. And just like that, our setup is complete. So from here, we're going to go ahead and hit next. With your brand new Cricut Joy Xtra, Cricut is going to give you 30 days free for your Cricut Access membership. This is only going to be for new Access members. So if you don't want to sign up right now, you can sign up later. At any point in time, they're going to offer you the 30 days free trial. All you simply have to do is go ahead and start trial right here. If you're not ready to make that decision, you're not interested right now, then go ahead and click maybe later. I always highly recommend that you sign up, try it for that 30 days, see if it's something that you're interested in. If you're not, cancel it before your 30 days is up. It's officially time to play with our machine, do our very first test cut. You don't have to. If you want to save this material for something else, you don't want to waste it on creating this little cute Cricut sticker, you don't have to. You can simply go ahead and skip it and just get started on whatever you want to try. So you can use any other design that you may already have, or if you're going to be using Cricut Access, you could use one of those designs to play around with something, make you a few mugs. You could get several projects out of this, or if you want to try out and follow along, that's what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and jump into it. With my last unboxing video, I made the sticker with you guys. It actually stuck the sticker right here on this basket. It's nice. It looks like I've got a piece of Cricut merch back there, but it's not. It was my sticker. You could stick it on a coffee mug. You could stick it on your coolers. You can stick it on your tumbler, whatever you want to do with this sticker. All right, so let's go ahead and make it. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and hit next. It says prepare the cut. Confirm your blade is in place, which I talked about at the very beginning. So Cricut does walk you through that. They're just telling you here, I love that they give you these really nice images. They're going to show you, check it, make sure it's there, it's in place. The next thing it's going to tell us to do is go ahead and prepare for the cut. Now it's time to play with our Cricut Smart Vinyl. If you're like me and you're holding it in this direction, you may start to put this here and you're like, uh-oh, it's not going to fit under the feet because you're holding it wrong. You want to have the longest part this way, if you will. You want to make sure that it's going to go under both feet. So if you're trying to insert it this way, if it's not going under both of these little feet, then you know you need to rotate it. Once you have your material under your feet, once it touches the rollers, your machine's gonna grab it in for you. It is like magic. It's amazing. You see that? No buttons needed. It's awesome. All right, so it's gonna go ahead and just making sure there's enough material and all of that. At this point, we're gonna go ahead and hit go. Once again, the button is over here inside of Cricut Design Space. Nothing on the machine, so it's preparing our cut. At this point, our Cricut Joy is starting to cut out our really fun sticker. Now you guys let me know in the comments below, are you thinking about purchasing the Cricut Joy Xtra and adding it to the rest of all of your fun die cutting machines? Maybe it's your very first die cutting machine, or you have the Cricut Joy and you're upgrading from that. I want to know all of those details down below. There's no button, so your button is over here and you're just simply going to hit unload. So we're just gonna grab it right out of there. I don't have to pull it off of the mat or anything like that. So I'm gonna bring it up here so you guys can see that. Pro tip here for your Cricut Smart Materials, whenever it comes to a bigger piece like this, if you're just cutting something small here and you wanna be able to load this in your machine again without having to use a mat, I would not take your scissors and cut that down because it's no longer going to fit into your machine without using a mat. If you're wondering, can you put Smart Materials on your mat and reuse it later? Yes, you can, but you would not be able to put it back in your machine if you cut that down. So what I recommend for something like this is we could actually just remove it right here. So the way that this sticker is designed is I'm just going to take that little weeding tool that's included. So I'm going to get this up here so you guys can see. I'm just going to get a little corner going. And I can just simply grab my sticker here, just like that. And now we have a perfect sticker. So I can stick this on whatever I would like. If I need to put a piece of transfer tape on it, I could already have my transfer ready to go. Peel off that transfer, lay this on the backing, put the transfer on it, and you can use transfer. But with something like this, honestly, you don't even have to have transfer tape. For this one, I'm going to make myself another little Cricut merch for my craft room here. So this is a little container that I keep all of my Cricut cards. And so I'm just going to line this up. I would probably do better if I wasn't recording. And I'm just gonna get this on there just like that. Smooth everything out. Now there is wording underneath this, so it's not gonna be perfect. But there we have it. Once again, you can stick it on a coffee mug, a tumbler, whatever you want to customize. So just like that. So as you guys can see, I have this. I could actually take a little piece of transfer, cut it down, pick up this Cricut now, and then I'm gonna have a whole other sticker. So I can create this little word here that I can put on, once again, a coffee mug, tumbler, anything I want to my craft room. I want to put it on here. I could definitely decorate this as well. So now I can load this back in my machine and use all of this remaining area because it's still big enough to fit in there. I could load it this way, or I could load it this way, whichever way I'd like, because on my mat inside of Cricut Design Space, I can just move my image over. So I'm going to tell it to cut here or here. So that's just a little pro tip for me. Now that we've officially made our very first test cut, let's go ahead and hit continue. Don't be afraid and think that you are just left in the dust now. If you're brand new to Cricut and you need some of that step-by-step guidance, the very next place that Cricut's going to bring you to is this Get Started. So here they have step-by-step guidance, and so you have make your first project, you're going to have the draw and write with your machine, you're going to have iron on. If you scroll down, you're going to have more stuff here, even live workshops. I highly recommend that you check out Cricut Learn if you are brand new to Cricut. Like I said, this is going to be a great place to get tons of resources for getting started in your crafting. Cricut Design Space, you're going to have lots of tutorials there, machine tools, all kinds of stuff. Getting started, get to know your Cricut. Once again, your live workshops will also be here, so this is a great area to come for those. Tons of video footage. So like I said, if you're new, you just now got started with Cricut, I highly recommend that you check out Cricut Learn. Other than that, all you need to do to get started is you can click on Canvas right here, or you can click on New Project to take you straight to the mat. I highly recommend that you guys subscribe, hit that notification bell down below, because I have tons of really fun content coming to the channel. We have lots of Christmas projects coming up. We're going to be making gifts. We're going to be making stickers. We have tons of print and cut stuff, even our printable iron on. We're going to be putting to test the Smart Materials, the mat, you name it, lots of stuff to come. If you guys have enjoyed this video and you found it helpful, please consider hitting the like button as well as that subscribe button down below so you don't miss a thing. Happy crafting, and I'll see you on the next one.